Hi, I'm Labrada and welcome to Posing Like a Pro. Whether you're a bodybuilder entering a competition or just want to learn how to show off your muscular development, this video series will help you learn the secrets of great physique posing. My professional bodybuilding career spanned 10 years and included 7 consecutive top 4 placings in the IFBB Mr. Olympia. During this time, I became known for my classical posing skills. And now as an IFBB Pro Bodybuilding Hall of Famer, I want to help you master the art of posing. In Lesson 2, How to Do the Quarter Turns, we covered the general assessment or symmetry round in which the judges assess your physique in relaxed quarter turn positions from the front, side, and back. Now we're going to turn our attention to the second of the 3 crucial rounds of bodybuilding competition, namely the muscularity round. In this round, which is sometimes called the compulsory round, the judges will assess the muscularity, development, and conditioning of your physique in 7 mandatory or compulsory poses from the front, side, and back. Often the muscularity round follows the general assessment round or quarter turns. That means that you'll already be out there on stage and lined up with your competitors standing right next to you for comparisons. Remember what I told you earlier, and I can't emphasize this enough, that from the moment you walk out on stage, you are in presentation mode, and all eyes are on you, including the eyes of the judges. That means that you have to keep your midsection flexed and your tummy pulled in. Stay tight. Now the 7 mandatory poses are the front double biceps, front lat spread, side chest, side triceps, back double biceps, back lat spread, and hands overhead front abs with leg extended. Of the 7 mandatory poses, 3 are performed from the front facing the judges, and these 3 poses will be the focus of our lesson. Joining me again is Ryan Workman, Team Labrada member, and we're going to start by demonstrating the front double biceps pose. You're going to start this pose by taking the stance with the heels of your feet about 4 to 6 inches apart. Some athletes like to take a slightly wider stance, and again, it comes down to personal preference. I personally like to place my left foot pointing straight forward with the right foot pointing at 2 o'clock position. Now, once you have your stance, bend your knees slightly so that you can bring out your quads. You tense your legs. But remember, if you bend your knees too much, the pose is not going to look right. After you tense your thighs, suck your stomach in, raise your rib cage, and bring your arms up until your elbows are about parallel or just slightly above your shoulders. Ball your fists and flex your biceps. You might want to bring your elbow forward just a little bit so that you can really tense the lats and have them flare out. Now here's a helpful hint. To tense your lats properly in this pose, think of doing an imaginary lat pull-down exercise. That's going to create tension in the lats and help them to flare out, not to mention bringing out the intercostal muscles and the muscularity around the rib cage. Okay, now let's look at the front lat spread pose. As always, we're going to start this pose from the ground up, making sure that your legs are properly tensed, and then moving on to the muscles of the upper body. Okay, so after your legs are tense, next I want you to place your hands on your oblique. And you can find the correct position by placing your thumbs on your hip bones just behind the oblique. And then close the rest of the fingers into a fist and then start bringing your elbows forward to flare your lats. Now, this is the tricky part. You want to allow your scapula to abduct forward to allow the lats to flare as you bring the elbows forward. This takes a little practice. You know, one common mistake is to contract the lats at the same time that they're being flared, and then what happens is it results in the lats not being properly flared out, and you lose the impression of width. So it helps if you think of keeping your rib cage expanded and keeping your sternum nice and high. Another common mistake is to shrug the shoulders upwards by contracting the traps, and this takes away from shoulder width also, so keep your traps relaxed. Once you've mastered this pose, it's time to learn the front abdominals pose. Again, you'll start this pose from the ground up, making sure that your legs are properly positioned and properly flexed before moving on to the muscles of the upper body. Your stance on this one is going to be different than that of the double biceps and front lat poses. In this pose, you'll be extending forward your best leg your best thigh muscle. You'll start by extending that leg approximately 6 to 10 inches in front of the other leg. The back leg will support most of your weight. Place the ball of your toe firmly in front of you and then push that into the ground to bring out the muscularity in the leg. You may even wish to rotate the leg a little bit outward so that you can see the muscularity on the inside of the leg. Now, place your hands behind your head, flex your arms, and then exhale, crunching down on your abs at the same time as if you were doing an ab crunch exercise. Okay, that brings out all of the muscularity of the midsection. Practice holding this and all of your poses for that matter for 30 seconds at a time. It's more challenging than it looks at first, and you will have to work to build up your endurance. But that endurance will be crucial for you in competition. Okay, you can let go now. That's tiring, isn't it?
It's very tiring.
Okay, that does it for our 3 front mandatory poses. Tune in to lesson 4, where you will learn how to perform your side mandatory poses. I'm Labrada, and you're watching Posing Like a Pro.